Reduction in force is reducing the size of a workforce to lower the cost of the expenses. Many companies do this process because they want to save money. We never know why they decide to do this. Usually is done by a corporation or a business local decision that usually means that they're going to find other ways to do the same kind of job but just change processes a little bit. I actually work for a business office that went through this process, and it was very difficult. Our business office went from 30 employees to 12 employees. During the transition, one more employee actually quit before we moved business offices. And then once the transition actually occurred and we were at a new location, an additional employee actually quit. I did a little bit of research on this topic, and studies did show that this is one of the biggest issues that create not a comfortable or positive atmosphere. A lot of employees feel like that they are going to be next. They don't feel safe or secure at their job. They also feel like that there's always uncertainty. And a lot of them actually start looking for another job too. During our experience, employees were given a 30-day notice that they were going to be losing their positions or their jobs, and that everything was going to be moved to our corporate office. So they were giving that opportunity and that time to do what they need to do. If they need assistance in finding a new job, that we were there for them to help in that, job search too. That there would be positions within the same employer, just different departments too, that they would be available for them to apply and have an opportunity to interview for them and see if they qualify. During that process too, when we were giving that information to the staff, we'd actually had list of jobs openings that we felt that HR was going to approve for them to try to apply for. Usually, what happens is you have to qualify for positions when you are interested in any kind of job. So you have to meet certain qualifications. And in this case, there was different areas within the corporation and the facility that they would be able to apply for and see if they have a chance to get that job before they lost this one. Once it actually occurred, they did hand their checks to them. They gave them information about having a COBRA available for them, unemployment insurance. Since it was a RIF, there were layoffs, they would be qualified to get unemployment. And you always try to be caring and sensitive to the situation, but it's never easy for them, for anyone. And so it makes it really uncomfortable. And so one of the things that when you are going through this process, the HR kind of coaches you and gives you kind of what to say and how to behave and be prepared to any potential questions that may arise from the staff. Some may be angry and, sad and disappointed, and to just kind of be sensitive to that. And so preparation when you're going through this, it's always key to have a smooth transition from, the employees that are actually staying and the employees that were actually affected by the downsize. When we experienced it, we moved offices moving from, like I said, 30 employees to now to 10 employees. We got an office that was small enough for us and big enough to fit us, and cost savings too. When we were a bigger office, we were leasing a place, and so when it comes to roofing, then that's part of the whole process is savings and cutting the costs and unnecessary costs in this case. I actually was affected by this downside as well. During the first part of it, my whole entire team of collectors were the ones that were affected and actually laid off. And so those positions were moved to corporate office. But it wasn't until 2 months later, once the transition completed and we knew what everybody's doing from the local place to our corporate office, which was, hundreds of miles away. Everything was done via telephone. Eventually, I was also riffed, and so my position was eliminated as well. And so it's difficult, it's never easy. It's always good to be prepared when these situations happened. I was actually given an opportunity to apply for a couple positions as well, and so that's always good. Always felt that they really did care about me, and when I was told that my position was going to be eliminated, um, you know, one of the persons and my mentors was there, and so that's another thing why they when you're going through a riff is who's there. Always have HR there, at least two people there when this is handed down, and so and be prepared. And so I learned a lot from this. I learned a lot from what the HR department had to do. I learned everything from the whole process because I was there from the beginning, and with the whole transition, being the one that had to let my staff let go, and then also be the one that actually received this news as well and was affected by it. So, and that concludes my presentation. Thank you.